Buddy boy was in love.
Yeah. Please. Anyways. Nah, he might have been for real.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. Buddy boy was in love.
Oh, shit. Well.
I don't know what the fuck she had going on him. Buddy boy was in love.
Man, look. She don't know. She might have had that gripper. You know what I mean?
I doubt it.
I tell you lies and it's just so toxic. You lie, I lie too. Girl, I don't love you. You know it's lies when I say it's just you. But don't be mad, boo. I once believed too.
First, let me make this clear. It's DNS Soldier.
And this is Robby Too Fast, and thank you for turning into the Two Sides of the Heart podcast. You feel me? You can get this podcast wherever you listen to or view your podcast. All right, today we got some interesting topics. This might be a little touchy one now. We got toxic relationship stories. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy.
And we got, is cheating a mistake or a choice?
I feel like that one's gonna be a pick a side. You feel me?
Have you ever been in a toxic relationship?
Honestly, I would say yes. I've been in toxic relationships, but I would say I've been in more toxic like situational ships than relationships. You feel me? Because I ain't gonna lie, the way I am, it was very hard for me to hop in a relationship, you know what I mean? But I had them situations where it's like, we're not together, but, you know, you better not. So, yeah, I've had a couple toxic one of those.
I definitely had a big toxic relationship that I referred to often. And then I feel like there has been other moments, like when you're younger, I'm not excusing anything, but you don't know better. Like, you don't know certain things, but as an adult, one toxic relationship and then another one, it was moments.
Yeah.
Toxic moments. Like, I wouldn't define the whole relationship as toxic. And I feel like in the relationship, I've been the toxic one. And we've both been, and sometimes the other person has been toxic, you know. I'm not going to be that person to come on here like, oh, Robby's a victim and he's always been perfect. Bullshit. Absolutely not. That's not the case at all. But I'm also not going to act like, you know, it was all my fault either, because it definitely wasn't. You know, there are definitely some things that, you know, I will say my actions caused certain things to happen. But then there's also sometimes where it's like, all right, you doing this, and I'll say even with those young ladies, I don't want to. I gotta stop calling them bitches. With those young ladies, those young women, you know what I mean? They might not have known. They might have had some stuff going on with them, and you know, so like I'll get into. Yeah, I don't even know where to start for real. Like,
Shit, neither do I. Ain't gonna lie to you.
Dang, they're gonna eat me up in the comments with this one.
Fuck it, bro.
I mean, let's just be honest. Like, so I was in a relationship coming out of high school, and I'm gonna kind of set the scenery. And I am not the victim, taking full responsibility for my actions. So coming out of high school, I just got out of a relationship, right? And so then at that time, I didn't know how to be by myself. Like, I kind of just felt like I always got to be with somebody. You know, that was my way to heal. Like, hop out of a relationship, hop right into the next one. Like, who am I going to be with next? Who am I going to be with next? Who's next? And so I ended up going to prom, and it was this young lady that I knew she was going to be there. And I was like, okay, well, maybe, you know, not really thinking too much of it. But she came up to me, and we danced at the night of prom. And then we went to after prom, and we spent the whole night together. And so it was like, that's cool, whatever. And so then we was ended up, you know, dating, I guess, whatever. About a month later, I ended up making my girl. And then a month after that, like I've graduated at this point, and A month after that, I'm out to eat. It was me, you, and our best friend at the time, Cheyenne. Shout out Cheyenne. And
Shout out,
you know, she got a call from somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, Robby's girl cheating on him." And I was like,
I remember.
"Bro, tell me your perspective from before we go forward."
I ain't gonna lie, bro. So at that point in time, like when she told us that, you know what I mean, I was kind of shook because it was like you was telling me about Shawty. You was like, you know, I'm vibing, it's cool. You know, you fuck with it, I love it. You know what I mean? So, but then when I heard that, I was like, yo.
Like, I didn't believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't believe it. And then Cheyenne, she was telling us, she was like, basically, the young lady, she had a guy friend that she was cool with, and like they was cool, whatever. And so apparently she was sending him nudes, and she was like, Cheyenne was like, yeah, I saw the pictures, Robby, like that's her, and I'm like, I'm in denial for real, like I'm like nah, like, and I don't remember how. And so then I think what I did was called her, and I was like, yo, like I just got this word, like is this you? You know what I mean? She's like, nah, that's not me. Nah, that didn't happen. It's that and the fourth. And so I'm like, all right, but like it's just not. For some reason I can't shake it. And I keep asking. And then we get to the nighttime, and she told me, she was like, yeah, I did it. And I was like,
it's not funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's not funny.
That's hilarious. Before we go forward, looking back at it, I ended up being with that girl for 3 years. 19, 20, 21, 20, 19, 20, 21. 3 years. I ended up being with her for 3 years. We should not have been together past that point.
No.
I should not have went past that point. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20. But, yeah, so she was like, yeah, I did it. My best friend at the time, told me to lie. She said, don't tell the truth. I'm like, oh.
Fuck her and that bitch.
Anyways, so that happened. And so then at that point, like, I don't even remember if she was trying to get me back. I think she was trying to get me back for real.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and like, I don't know, man, like through all that, like, I think at that time I kind of like downplayed the fact that, I was like, well, they didn't fuck. You know what I mean? They didn't kiss or nothing. I was like,
making excuses.
Yeah, is sending nudes even really cheating? You know what I mean? Well, first of all, I know damn well it is. Now you got me fucked up. But at the time, like I was kind of trying to downplay it. I'm like, well, it didn't get physical. You know what I mean? So is it really that big of a deal? And then at the time, I was cool with her peeps. It's crazy how cool I got with her peeps off rip. I don't even think I was cool with them, but I was cool enough. So I pulled up on him, and I was like, kind of just talking to him about the situation. And he said something. He was like, so question. You know, I was telling him the situation, whatever. He was like, you know, I'm just gonna be honest with you, Robby. Like, if you feel like y'all love can overcome this, then keep going forward. And if not, then leave. First of all, how the fuck I love that bitch after I goddamn... See, I'm supposed to be doing better. But, like, ain't no love there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it was lust. We wasn't even fucking. Like, you know, I mean, we were doing stuff, but, like, it wasn't really nothing, like, you know, like, how could I build a bond with somebody in that, you know? So, but I would say, like, needless to say, I ended up staying with her and, like, you know, getting back with her and stuff. And then from that point, we just went on to a long period of, like, from then on, like, I think I ended up living with her and her family. And because, like, I was just being stubborn. Like, my mom didn't like that I was spending a bunch of time over there. She's like, you can't be spending the night over there, this, that, and the fourth, and all that. She was like, you gonna spend the night over there? You know, you stay the night over there one more time, then I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna get my key. And that's what happened. She grabbed her key. I remember that it was like a Sunday. She came, knocked on the door. I knew exactly who it was. I gave her the key, and then she turned around and I went back to sleep. And not like I'm proud of that moment, you know. That's just kind of what happened. You know what I mean? So, and then from there, I moved to Ohio to stay with my cousin, and then I ended up moving back because I got a job substitute teaching, and then I was supposed to be going to college starting in the winter semester, and then from there, you know, we lived together through that time, and then eventually the month before I went to college, I moved back with my mom because somebody told me, they were like, I don't want to burn, don't burn no bridges, because like if I can't go live with my mom, what if I break up with her? I don't got nowhere to live. Mm-hmm. So I want to live back with my mom because my mom, she kicked me out, but she was also distraught, So, but so then I ended up going to college, right? And this time, I think when I was living with my cousin, like I was introduced to like Tinder and everything, and so I don't even really remember like what I was doing. I was swiping and stuff, but I was still trying to, like, in a funny way, still be loyal to her, like even though I had Tinder. Like, what the fuck? How that work? But then also was kind of being told, like, it looked like you in college now, like, you know what I mean? Like, she don't understand. Basically, I will say where I went wrong is I was listening to everybody else about my relationship and how I should move in my relationship. And as a young man at that time, like really just just not. First of all, I don't feel like I should have kept being in a relationship with her once I graduated, because she was still in high school. Mm-hmm. And so like I should have just left that alone at that point. And it's like, yeah, we started off in high school, but still, yeah, I should have left that alone at that point, just because, like, for what? And then looking back on it, like, yeah, she can't understand. Like, college and high school, two different things. You know what I mean? So that's neither here or there. The thing that ended up happening was, so I ended up sleeping with somebody while I was at college, and she ended up finding out. And then, I was wrong. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't have done that, Don't matter. It like I think you addressed it on the last episode. Like, if I felt like I wanted to do that, like, I should have just left.
Most definitely.
I should have just left. I should have just, you know what I mean? If that's what I was trying to do, if I just wanted to be promiscuous or be with a bunch of people, I shouldn't have kept her there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and I really have no excuse or not going to justify that. That's what it should have been. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have either just not done it at all, or if I was, leave. So, but talking about the situation from then on, there was and somehow I convinced her to stay with me through that. And then from then on, she ended up sleeping with somebody after I slept with somebody. And
tit for tat.
Tit for tat, And it's crazy. My cousin told me it was gonna happen. I was like, nah, she ain't gonna do that. She loved me too much. Naive, stupid. Who the fuck I think I was? Nah, I'm just being honest. But that's a crazy way of thinking, And he's young, whatever, So, and then we're going to the next thing. And so then we stay together, but obviously, like, we're together, but we could tell she moving different. I was still fucking a girl, you know what I mean? And she ended up fucking that dude, and then I ended up finding out, and then I forgot how I found. Oh, I remember how I found out. So she had posted some news on her story on Snapchat.
It's crazy.
And I was like, yo, like, why you do that? She's like, oh, I was sending it to my friend. Like, I'm like, but how you, you know what I mean? So then come to find out, she was sending them to the dude that she was fucking or whatever.
But posted it on her story.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Come on now.
So then that happened, and so then from then on, it was like, I cheated and she cheated. So then we're like, all right, so we're gonna stay together. So we ended up breaking up, but then for some reason, I was heartbroken or whatever. I opened that door though. Mm-hmm. Well, question: did I open that door, or do you feel like she opened that door?
Here's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like she opened the door. She made the first initial move. Okay. Sending nudes, whatever. It's like, okay, you moving grimy, I'm gonna move grimy. Yeah. But what I also feel like is she opened the door, but you left it open. Okay. You had the power to close that door and seal everything off. I'm done with this, but
I feel it.
You allowed that door to stay open. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I feel it. So then that door was open when that happened, and then we went through this period of we're not together, but we still care about each other. So then we ended up deciding, okay, we're gonna keep pushing through that. We're gonna keep pushing through that. But the only thing is that she was like, well, I still want to fuck him. And I was like, at first, simp Robby. I was like, okay, I understand. I did what I did. You trying to get your get back. I appreciate Soldier, man. Soldier a real nigga. He was like, bro, do you not know who you is? You robbing too fast, man. You do not need to be taking that shit. I don't give a fuck what happened. Like, nah, nobody deserves that shit.
Not at all.
Nah, for real. And I'm like, and I was like, so yeah, nah, you can't keep fucking that nigga. What the fuck? First of all, The third reason of why I should have left her. I should have left her in the beginning when she was sending nudes. If I felt like I was ready to go have sex with somebody, I should have left her at that point. Mm-hmm. And not even like she was wrong in that. I just shouldn't have, brought her through that at all. Most like, that's not fair to her. Regardless of whatever she did, that had nothing to do with what I did. I made my decision based off, other stuff. So I shouldn't have did that at all. That's not fair to her. You know what I mean? That wasn't fair to the relationship. Third time, she's like, I still want to fuck this nigga. Well, first of all, I should have left her after she fucked the dude. Mm-hmm. Honestly. Like, and not even like because she's wrong, but just like, obviously, man, you cheating, I'm cheating. Like, bro, why we continue to go through this?
Might as well have been an open relationship.
At that point, but I don't like that. So we shouldn't have been together at all past that point. Facts. But we still going. And so then now, you telling me to my face that you want to keep fucking that nigga?
It's crazy, bro.
And now I'm sitting here arguing with you, trying to convince you why you shouldn't do it. Crazy, naive, simpleton.
Because in that situation, for real, bro, like, you should never have to convince your partner to not step out on you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, so from there, it's kind of like hey, bro, if she want to run free, gotta let her go.
Gonna be a young stallion.
Go ahead and buck.
You feel me? Go ahead, buck. You know what I mean? So then we get to that point. So then we end up. I did some crazy stuff, man. I dropped out of college just so that I could stay and figure out that relationship. Mm-hmm. I mean, I dropped out of college also because I really didn't. Well, I won't say I didn't want to be there, but financially I couldn't stay. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of stuff with that. Like I couldn't even buy my books, and then honestly, I wasn't focused. I'm focusing on this relationship instead of my studies. You know what I mean? And like I started off in college, I was doing great. I turned stuff in a week, 2 weeks early, reading and all that stuff, meeting up with people doing all this, and then as soon as that happened, all my focus
shifted there.
Yep. Focus on stuff that, you know what I mean? So, and then we get to, what kind of do a fast forward. We stay together, we get out there, but we just arguing, and she just doesn't trust me. Mm-hmm. She don't trust me because I fucked the girl. And so for the next 2 years, which also, understandably so, like, I understand why she don't trust me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At that point in time, bro, fuck her not trusting me.
Now, this is hindsight being 2020, but I'm not thinking about the fact that she sent news to that nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm also not thinking about the fact that she fucked that dude because, she fucked him because I fucked the shorty.
But you fucked the shorty because...
Okay, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I'm just talking about it from what I remember at that moment. Like, looking back on it, yeah. But looking at it where we at now... So I don't even know if I want to release this at this point. But anyways, we gonna keep talking. But looking at it from where I'm at now, it's like basically at this point I need to prove to you, and I think I said that to her too. Like, let me prove to you why you should keep me. And I went on a path of doing that for basically the remainder of our relationship. And it was just, and then I feel like because she was hurt. She basically said and did things to degrade me consistently going forward because of that. You know what I mean? Just, I ain't shit, this, that, and like, we argue bad. You know what I mean? Like, we argue bad, like, yelling through the house, like, her parents gotta tell us to chill. Like, Robby, you gotta leave, or not even like I gotta leave, but like, either you leave or stop arguing. You know what I mean? Like, we just going through it, and it's just like, that was just a time in my life. You know what I mean? That I just, like, I'm trying to think of another story that I can tell. Like, I remember one time, like, we was driving. I think it was, like, her little sister's birthday. And, like, so we're driving to the mall. And we just arguing, going back and forth. Like, Like, I think I said some of the craziest shit to that girl. God dang.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah. Not proud of those moments. I ain't gonna hold you.
At the end of the day, hindsight's 2020, bro.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing though is just that, like, the biggest thing for me is that I feel like I went through a lot of stuff I didn't have to go through, and I know that now, and I wouldn't put myself through that now. But looking back at it, like, I remember she like we do music. She was like, yeah, no, I don't. You're not good at music. I don't like it. Like, I just don't feel like you're good. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Or like, she told me some shit, and like, I know she, like, I forgot what she said. Or like, I remember when she broke up with me at one point, because her friends, who they were all whores, told me that, like, you know, chill. That, like, you know, they were like, you know, you're worth, you know, more than him, and you know he's not worth your time. You be giving him money and shit. First of all, watch your mouth. I be feeding him and all that, and not like I'm trying to toot my own horn, but like it was just a lot of false things at the time. And so then, like, we break up, and then we ended up getting back together. This is like the 6th time I should have not been with this girl. I don't know what was up with it.
I tried to tell you guys.
It wasn't that good, I promise you.
Fucking weak.
It wasn't that good to stay. I promise you it was not. But yeah, she came back and she would just be telling me stuff like to purposely, I feel like, get under my skin. You know what I mean? Like she was like, oh yeah, like I fucked this dude. I'm like, that dude, the nigga I ran track with, that nigga I was in class with, the nigga that I brought you around him, the nigga I record music with. Talk about that nigga. Oh, you talking about my mans that I was confiding in about
just
you?
Just so I know, he's not talking about me.
Oh yeah, nah. Soldier was not attracted to that girl. Understandably so.
Even if I was, bro, by law, can't do that.
Yeah, you the only nigga I feel like that about. Everybody else can suck my dick.
Hey, bro, I feel it, bro. Niggas, I done been through the same shit, my guy.
Nah, for real, bro, I ain't with that shit, man. That nigga be like that shit. And don't get me wrong, I ain't just gonna go fuck a nigga girl or nothing. But like, I just don't like how me and you, like, I wouldn't mess with no girl you ever mess with, and vice versa.
Out of respect, bro.
Yeah, everybody else can kiss my ass.
Out of respect. Well, here's how the guy code go. You know, there's people who, like, for instance, me. If bro fucked her, I like high key don't want nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just kind of me thing. Sloppy seconds. I'm cool. But you know, there's some guys that I know. It's like, if there was no emotional strings attached, then it's all game. You know what I mean? Like, if I was just fucking shawty, bro, go ahead. Ain't nothing to swing her to the bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, bro, I could never.
Yeah, nah, but I just think, I don't even know if there was any juicy stories I just shared, but just like in general, I think like there was too many times I shouldn't have been with that girl, and I should have just went on. But I think the thing is that, like, you feel like you got a big heart, or you really relationship driven, you feel like you got to stay and just work it out through everything. You even take shit that, like, you don't, that nobody deserves, no matter what the circumstance is. Like, you know, even I'll speak like, so, you know, she sent the news to that nigga first. That don't mean that I gotta go cheat. Just leave. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I fucked that girl. That don't mean that she should have went and fucked the dude. Just leave. You know what I mean? Like, and you want to stay because you care about somebody in the time, and that makes sense. But like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? And I would say that to anybody that's going to do anything like that. You know, that they feel like they can't leave, or they feel like, you know, they got to stick through it. Like, you don't. And it hurts. It's not as easy. Like, matters of the heart is one of the hardest things to deal with.
Facts.
It's not the easiest thing to just leave. It's, you know, it's hard, but it's not worth going through all that. You know what I mean? But enough about it too fast. Let's hear about Soldier.
Man, to be honest, bro, my love life has been kind of fucked. And I'm not even gonna lie. Like, right now, best relationship I've been in, all around, hands down. But before I met Shorty, bro, it just kind of felt like every other girl was like downhill. You know, anytime I tried to get emotionally involved, it ended sideways for me. And like, yo, they used to tell me like, okay, you look like a fuckboy. Okay, that's cool. Like, I've had girls do me wrong because I look like a fuckboy, and they had to get me before I got them. And that's low-key fucked up, you know what I mean?
That sounds like some bullshit to me. That's what that sounds like.
Nigga. But anyway, you know what I mean? I can't act like I was perfect either. I've never cheated on nobody, stamped. But
Appreciate you. You're a real one.
Hey, bro.
I wish I could be like you.
I ain't gonna lie. It's probably because, like, the way my mom told me when I was younger, you know, like, my mom and dad didn't really, like, they used to argue a lot, you know, get the fist fighting and shit like that. And, like, my mom actually broke that nigga arm. Real shit. Shout out to Mama D.
Shout out. Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, okay, I know I'm not going to be like that. You know what I mean? I know my dad used to step out, like, every day type shit. Like, he used to do some foul shit, like, I'm talking about some take my mom money and go spend it on a bitch. Yeah. Crazy. Like, if you're going to do your dirt, do your dirt. But to use your significant other funds to do what you got to do to do your dirt, it's crazy. Anyway, you know what I mean? But so I tried so hard to be like this good guy. Like even in high school, like in relationships, like they used to be like, yo, y'all should really tune in to this nigga, like really take notes from this nigga.
Yeah, I remember that, man. The girls used to go crazy for Soldier. They post, oh my gosh, if I could get a nigga to love me like Soldier love his girl, I'd be like, man, that nigga really an icon out this motherfucker.
Hey, bro, I was like, I got it inside of me, but because of the things I went through, bro, that shit is like just buried deep inside of me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, one of the craziest things I had to go through was when, okay, it's a crazy story. Now, do I really want to tell the story?
Oh, yes you do.
No, I don't.
Let it all work out.
Alright, so like, I shouldn't have been fucking with this girl no back, because, you know, once a person shows you their colors, you know what I mean?
Like I was just talking about.
Hey, bro, you try to paint a different picture, but that motherfucker will keep on showing you, like, no, that is not the image that you should be seeing me in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But blinded by love and emotion, like, you continue to try to do things and like, you know. Alright. So, when I found out, you feel me, shawty, fuck, bro. I was sick. Now, it's a crazy story. I'm not gonna put it all out there because you know what I mean. I guess I'll be nice and safe face. But you know, when they were telling me about this, like, I'm like, damn, I'm in denial for real. Like, and what's crazy is throughout the relationship, people would tell me like, yo, shawty tripping, bro. Like, she flirting with other niggas. She doesn't, and I'm defending her. You know, nah, bro. She's just friendly. As y'all see, I don't like friendly bitches, and that's why. But, you know, she's just friendly. She's this, that, and the fourth. You know what I mean? Playing the fool. And it wasn't until, you feel me, I got a call, FaceTime.
Yeah.
They flip the camera and they show, you feel me, them two acting all lovey-dovey. I'm like, okay, damn. Maybe there's some truth to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe there's some truth to this, etc. Now, there was some couple things, caught her, like, texting other people, stuff like that. But I was stupid. I was a simp. I was so quick to forgive and believe what you had to say, or what she had to say. So then, as we keep going, you know, a whole bunch of fuck shit happening. We end up breaking up. Okay, cool. But the way we broke up was like, she was like, I'll wait for you. You know what I mean? I want to focus on myself and I want to better myself and shit like that. But you know, we're on a break. You know what I mean? This is also why I don't do breaks. We're on a break. So it's like, okay, who am I to tell you not to focus on yourself? You know what I mean? Who am I to tell you, nah, fuck that, this, that, and the fourth? So I'm like, okay, playing the fool. I wait for you.
Right.
I wait for you like the good man should, this, that, and the fourth. And then I get a call from a friend, and they're like, yeah, did you know so-and-so fuck so-and-so? I'm like, ain't no way. Talking about so-and-so, my man so-and-so? Or so-and-so, you know, some other so-and-so. She like, nah. But she was like, when she started the call, you know it's some serious shit when they're like, yo, you got to promise to me you're not going to say nothing or do nothing. I told Shawty, I cannot promise you that. But tell me what this is. Now you got me stressed. So she told me. And I'm like, damn, that shit fucked me up. The whole day at school, I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, that's bro. Like, what do I do? You know what I mean? I'm hurt. Like, I love this girl, but bro just fucked.
So were you more mad at her or bro?
My stupid ass, I was mad at bro. And I almost fought him. Like, real shit. Seen his ass, walked up to him, and it's like, I got like 2 steps away from like striking range. I was gonna go in this nigga shit. But it was like, you know, the Lord washed this calmness over me. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And I stopped. I stopped dead in my tracks. I looked at him. And the way he was looking at me was like he knew that I knew. But he, like, they didn't want to say nothing, though. You know what I mean? But the way he was looking at me, because, bro, I walked in there, I didn't look at nobody. Like, my eyes connected with this man's, and I'm on a mission. Like, the way I'm walking to him, I could see him kind of, like, get ready. Like, get defensive. Like, his body language was defensive. But I stopped, I'm not ready to fight with bro over a girl,
Well,
especially who made that decision.
I got a question. We talked about that bro code though. So do you feel like that does not apply in this moment?
What you mean?
Like, they knew how you felt about her, and they knew y'all relationship, but then they still went ahead and did that. Now, granted, y'all weren't together, but you know what I mean. They, you know, if you really my man's, you know what I mean. Why would you now? And not taking anything away from her, just strictly speaking on him right now. You know, what's your thought on that, or what were you thinking in that moment, and what's your thought on that now?
Well, here's the thing. I failed to mention one part.
Mm-hmm.
Me and bro had a slight conversation about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Jokingly, he was like, you know, what if somebody else, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Me playing to my pride, I don't care. It's that and the fourth, but they all knew I was lying. Everybody knew I was lying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's the way I was trying to get over that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that as an invitation to rock out. Now, when we spoke about it years later, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was wrong for that shit, bro. Like, I knew, da-da-da. But at that point in time, you know, we're still not as mature as we should have been. You know what I mean? And you get to that point, I'm ready to fight, mans. But instead, I dap him up. You know, like, how you doing, bro? Like, da-da-da, bro. I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Talk about that shit. He kept it a buck, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, bro, I did that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Da-da-da. Now, right then and there, I should have left Shawty alone. But did I? No. I had to go through like 3 or 4 other people, you feel me? That was close to me, dogging Shawty, for me to actually be like, okay, you know what? I don't deserve this. But guess what I did? Kept fucking with Shawty. It wasn't until, and this is the craziest story, Shawty was at my house. This is one of my other bros. Y'all. This is one of my other bros. I told bro, you feel me, I'm trying to, because at this point, me and her was talking, and like, we're going to mend things, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I gotta find out, you feel me? So I asked bro, to do the setup. It's at my house. She in my room. I told bro, you feel me, had a little code word or whatever, if he felt like he could complete to say. When he said it, the thing was, she was all for it. Like, she was ready to get down and dirty right in the nigga room.
Mm-hmm.
And I was outside the door without her knowing.
Right.
But what killed me was when she was like, he was like, yo, like, what about Soldier though? You know what I mean? That's my man's. Her response was, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. I heard that shit. I said, damn. I ain't gonna lie, I shed a tear. But it was alright, because it turned me into the man that I needed to be, you know what I mean? And throughout that joint, I would say, one, love is great, but love can blind you if you let it.
Oh, no, love does, yeah. It does blind you. It blinds you from a lot of things.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, a lot of things, and it's crazy because all the things people were saying, like, I peaked, but because of the love, bro, I'm like, nah, I'm defending it. I don't know why my stupid ass had to go through that pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To sit there and be like,
yeah,
damn, I really don't deserve this. You know what I mean? Now, after her, I went on a fucking spree. No back. But I was the type of nigga who kept it a buck. I'm not lying to you. You feel me? I will tell these bitches, like, hey, this is not going to be a thing.
yeah.
You feel me? This is strictly, I'm fucking you. You feel me? You throwing that thing back. And we gonna keep it pushing, you know what I mean? No feelings attached. And I used to cut bitches off who started to get feelings attached. Because I told you, no feelings attached. I don't want no feelings.
Yeah.
Now,
do you feel like that was the way to go?
hell no. Now, would I do it again? Probably.
Stupid as shit. That the way to go? Nah. Would you do it again? Hell yeah.
Hey, yo, it's just the type of person I am. I hurt a lot of women. And I apologize for that. You know what I mean? Like, looking back on them, I did not have to do that.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I don't feel 110% bad about it was also because there was only one girl I lied to.
Mm-hmm.
And that girl was the one I told that I would wait till marriage to have sex.
Who you tell that?
You should tell that?
I said, who you tell that?
Oh.
You don't got no cool name?
Damn. Yo, nah, but I don't. We might have gave Shawty a code name, but I don't remember, bro.
I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. What's she look like?
Oh man, Middle Eastern.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you can go ahead, bro.
What, Chipotle?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's way down the road.
Hold on. Who the fuck? What was her code name?
Bro, I don't remember, bro. I really don't.
Veronica? Was that it?
You know what? It was some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, because
yeah,
could never get her fucking name right.
Yeah.
Was it Jessica or something like that?
No, I don't remember.
Anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, that shorty, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I told her that I would wait, but that's because I'm on my get back season, and she was dragging me through the mud. We can get to that in a moment.
Oh yeah, we gotta get to that after this.
So I'm talking to these girls, and I'm hurting their feelings, but I hurt their feelings by like being so blunt and like, you know what I mean, so cutthroat with it. Like I was very much, the second I felt like a bitch fucked up, get going. You know what I mean? Hit the road, and I was ruthless with it. Yeah. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to work shit out with you. Yeah. Hey, get the fuck out of my face. Your shit not even that good. Yeah. Did I have to do that? No. But I did it because I was hurt. Hurt people. Yeah. Is that an excuse? Fuck.
It's not an excuse, but there needs to be some understanding behind that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that makes it okay, but to be like, oh, like people trying to make stuff like it's so black and white, like, okay, just don't do it. But it's like there needs to be understanding behind that and a little bit of grace. Because if you were hurt, like there's been a couple times where like I've gone through stuff, or like I would hear people and I'm like, oh, but I don't, and then I go through it and I'm like, you know what, I 100% understand why you did what you did, and nor am I, and I'm not gonna judge you for that, because when I went through that, I had the same thoughts. I wanted to do the same stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't, but I get it though.
Yeah. So yeah, I was low key snapping with that, bro. Like, but I never cheated on a bitch. So
proud of you.
You know what I mean?
Proud of you.
Y'all, Fendi facts.
Proud of you. I wish I could say the same. I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing that like through high school. Okay, let's just go backwards. This previous relationship, I did not. The relationship before that, we were just talking about that. I did. The relationship before that, I did not. Who was I with before that?
I don't remember the code name, so I'm not going to...
I don't got no code name. It was just straight her name. We can edit it out.
Hold on. Was before White Shorty or...
Who?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I officially dated. Might have been after.
You was just a smash and go type of guy.
Nah, I did. No, we talked and stuff. Like, I think I did. We did! What?
What does that mean, bro? We talked?
But, like, we were, like, messing with each other. Okay. It was football season, and it was during track season. But then I stopped banging with because, for some reason, you know what I mean? And then I stopped. Dang, I'm really airing her out right now. We gotta get code names. But, I'm gonna edit this somehow. But like, yeah, so I messing with Kate. Yeah. Messing with Kate. So I'm just gonna say the names and we'll edit them out. Or I'll try to do code names. If I can't think of one, then yeah. So we got UMES, we got Guatemala. We got who's before that? Y Block. Right before Guatemala. The girl that I'm in love with. You don't.
Hey, fucking yo! I forgot about Shorty, bro.
Yeah. You see why I said Y Block?
Hell yeah.
Okay. And then before that was North Carolina, Kent County, North Carolina again. Yeah, I talked to North Carolina like 3 times, bro. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't leave her alone either. What the word? She was cool.
You know what? She was a vibe, though. I ain't gonna lie. She was cool. She was cool. She was funny as fuck.
She was cool. I don't know why we didn't work out.
You know what? It might have been because she couldn't leave that nigga alone.
Who?
What was his name? We used to go to school, bro.
Used to?
Yeah, like in Colonel, like he was in our class type
You
shit.
graduated with him?
Yeah,
Whatchamacallit, brother?
who's whatchamacallit?
Your best friend.
Yes.
That's not why.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm pretty sure around that time, bro, like she was still fucking with that nigga.
Probably. But I don't know if that's the reason why we stopped talking.
Nah, but I remember we had a conversation about that shit, bro, because you brought up the fact that it was her and then somebody else, bro. Damn.
I know I was upset because he talked to her before me. That's how I met her. I remember when I met her and I wasn't even like on her for real. It's crazy enough. He introduced me to her.
Gosh.
I don't even know how I started talking to her. That's crazy. I remember he introduced me to her. It was after the North Carolina game, and she like walked up to him, whatever, like, "Oh, Robby, this is whatever." I was like, "It was good." Like I was kind of salty because we lost the game. I was like, I wouldn't pay her no mind. Walked off. Dang, I wonder how we got together. That's crazy.
That might have been me, ain't gonna back, because we was in the same class.
Oh! You a
Always
real
got
one.
my boy right.
You a real one.
Always
You a real one. Funny story. Speaking of her,
Yeah,
I mean, we talk about it.
might as well.
So, it's our senior year of high school, right? I'm running track. I forgot why I had to go to the hospital. My asthma, but
So yeah, you had,
I don't know what happened, like why I had it, but that was a real bad asthma attack. Like I don't know, like usually if I have a bad, like usually when the seasons change, I have an asthma attack. We'll go to the, I have an asthma attack. I'll go to the hospital. They'll give me some prednisone, nebulizer, go home. But this time, nothing was working. Mm-hmm. Like none of the treatments were working. None of the medicine, like nothing. Like I was there for hours. It was not coming down. Like I was really having a hard time breathing. Like it was not happening. So then they were like, "We might have to keep you overnight." And I was like, "Is it my time, Jesus? Like is this it?" because that's never happened to me for real that I can remember of. So then I ended up staying at night, and so then like I posted on my story that I was in the hospital. Now looking back at it, people might be like, "Oh, you wanted attention." I don't know, probably. I just posted.
I feel like that's just shit that like
niggas post.
Yeah,
you just post where you at the time. Yeah. Like you just post everything on Snapchat.
Niggas in the hospital.
Yeah.
Niggas at school. Niggas at the store.
Yeah, for real. Or just got done playing football. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm at church. You know what I mean? Or I did songs. So, but at the time I just posted that, and then she slid up, and she was like, "Oh, whatever. You know, you doing okay? You want me to come stay the night with you?" And I wanted to say yes. But at the time, you stayed the night with me, and also I didn't know when my parents was going to come, so I didn't want them to come. And she came. You know, it's crazy. A couple people came to visit me. Mm-hmm. My friend Kaylin, shout out Kaylin. She came to visit me. Yeah,
she a real one.
Yeah, she is a real one. Yeah, Kaylin came to visit me, and then another person came to visit me. A couple people came to visit me for real. I appreciate them. But then, what was it? So then we didn't go that night. But then I got to the hospital the next night, and then me and you, we went out. We were supposed to be looking for jobs.
Yep. So
we ended up pulling up, and can I say this part, bro?
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? I was really trying to put you on.
For real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't even know why. Like we were just trying to get you some. And I was like, oh yeah, like Shorty, you know what I mean? She'll go. You know, she'll go. You know, that was my thought process at the time. You know, she'll go. But then now we get in the car, she touching on me and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is not ready to go how we planned. Hopped in the back seat. I was like, yeah, bro. I'm probably going, yeah.
Yeah.
And backstory, like, yeah, I dated this girl a couple times. At the time, we weren't together, but we were cool. Mm-hmm. You know, I dated her a couple times, talked to her a couple times. I ate her out a couple times, you know what I mean? So, like, we had a little bit of history for real. And then, so we hop in the back seat for real. I start eating her out. I'm like, yeah, bro. So you hop out the car. Nigga hopped out the car, but it was nighttime. Nigga came back in the car. Soldier came back in the car. I'm like, yo, what happened? That's dogs under that motherfucker. Nigga said, I heard that barking. They sound close. I'm just playing the music in the front. I said, yo, bro. So that nigga got nigga queued up the music. First of all, appreciate you, bro. Nigga had the tunes on. I'm back there eating Shorty out or whatever. And she's like, I want to fuck. We ain't never fucked before that. Started clapping Shorty shit. Fucked her for real. Nut or whatever. And we had to scrape off. Here's the funny part of that story. We coming around, we going back home. I'm like, man, I just got something for real. Come around the corner. My mom at the door. His mom standing out there at the bottom of the steps looking for us. I said, is that your mom? He said, huh?
Bro, he said that shit, I was shook.
He said, huh? I said, damn, they got us.
Yeah, that shit was actually crazy.
For real. And also, I just want to make it clear, like, we're both 18 at this time. Now, we're still in high school, still live with our parents, so I'm not trying to make excuses, but I just want to bring clarification, like, how old we was and all this when this was going down. Like, 2 months from a month from graduating, actually. We was a month from graduating.
Damn. We was out there late.
For real, just doing stuff. Crazy, bro. But pull up. So the next day, right, I go to school. Like, nothing. My mom don't really say that. Nothing happened. Next thing you know, she come pick me up. I'm supposed to have track practice after this. She come pick me up, take me home. Did she pick you up too?
Did they?
No. You were at home. Because I walked up to your crib. So I come home, all my shit on the steps. I said, oh, I forgot why I left the house though. She said something like you gotta leave. And so then like I went to your crib, I was just chilling. And then eventually she ended up picking us up. You can tell a story from this part, bro.
Ain't gonna lie. So his mom, I've never heard her curse before. Before that. Yo. So
my mom, like a reference, my mom don't cuss. Like that's not something she do. Like she's, heavily in church and everything. Like she don't cuss. Like that's just, you know what I mean? So yeah, that just to paint the picture of like why it's such a big thing that she cuss.
Yo, we was in that motherfucking whip, and it's like we're driving, and he told, like when he came, he told me, my shit on the, I was like, damn, that's crazy. But seeing that shit, I was like, damn. She pulled in the driveway, and she might have turned the car off, but she was just sitting there. And then Robby's sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, damn, it's pretty quiet in this bitch. I said, so, how you doing? She stopped. She looked at me. Well, I don't know. My son's goddamn shit is on. I was sitting there like,
yeah. He got quiet. He got quiet. Like, oh.
Reference at this point, she's already put hands on me. I ain't want to say shit. I was just.
He said, I ain't trying. I don't want no more problems.
Hey, you know what? You keep your hands to yourself. I'm going to stay in this corner over here and, we're going to rock out. But that shit was actually crazy.
Yeah, but that's kind of how that went. That joint was crazy for real.
Yo, my point of view, though, when, like, you feel me, he was, bro. So I'm like, okay, boom.
Oh, from point of view from where?
When you was dogging in the whip. Bro, so I'm like, boom, boom, boom. We get this, whatever. Boom. Feel the vibes. Okay, yeah, go ahead, get raped, my boy. Go ahead, get raped. I'm like, fuck it. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to hop out the car. I'm going to go take a walk around the block. I'm chilling. Whatever. I promise you, bro. I took probably 10 steps. What the fuck?
Oh, nah.
Oh, nah, bro. They sound like they're getting closer, but it's dark out. I can't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from this block. I'm looking like, yo, ain't no way. It sound like 3 pits coming at me, bro. I turn around. I get to the whip. He's like, yeah, what's going on, bro? Like, you feel me? Like, damn, nigga, give me some time type shit. I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some dogs out there, bro. I don't know what you gotta do, bro. What you gotta do, what you gotta do,
Niggas,
bro.
I'm playing music.
Yeah, turn the music up, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
You was queuing up them tracks, bro. I appreciate you, bro. You was queuing up them tracks.
I had to stay focused on something, bro. Because it was craziest. That is not the only time that people has been fucking in my whip while I'm in the front seat.
You gotta tell that story. You gotta tell it.
I ain't gonna expose the names, but growing up very sad, bro. Like, and what's crazy is it was like awkward because we pulled up, whatever, we smoking, you know what I mean? We smoked heavy. Smoking, boom, 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 the mood's right. But at this point in time, it wasn't like it was set up for him to do that, you know what I mean? He's just a horny fuck. So boom, boom, he get the touching, she talking about, I can hear her. Now, I know both of these people. She talking about something, he's in the whip, I just turned the music up. Boom, shit. My boy in the back, he peeped what I'm doing, and he's like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Good looks, my boy. Yo, get the touching, get the boom, boom, boom. I can see in the mirror joint, so I move it. Because I see her hop on top of this nigga. I said, oh shit. So, I moved the fucking rear view mirror thing because I don't want to see all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
promise to you, probably like 20 seconds. I swear to God. I might be exaggerating. It might have been 10.
Hey, yo.
I'm not lying, bro. I'm so serious. And it's like when it was happening, right? Okay, boom, whatever, boom. And it's like, it's the fact, okay, I'm Haitian. Bro is Haitian. When he nutted, he said that shit in Creole, though. Like, telling me, like...
How does... You gotta say how they say it. You gotta say it, bro.
He just personally said, yo, Mvini. And I'm like, which means, you know, I just came. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? But I didn't say nothing because I don't even think he's talking to me. It don't register that he's speaking Creole, though. It's like, he's like, yo, nah, for real, bro. Like, I just nutted, bro. And he's like, bro, what do I do? He's asking me what to do. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. See, this is very awkward for me. Like,
should have took Blue Chew.
Should have took a Blue Chew. But that was like, you telling me, bro, your dick is inside the short, but you trying to have a conversation with me, though. I'm like, yo, bro, like, this is kind of uncomfortable for me. I ain't gonna lie, gang. Yeah. Now, the reason I didn't hop outside, bro, it was Bury outside, bro. When I say cold, I mean cold as fuck. Mm-hmm. And you feel me? This is my goddamn whip. So if you gonna get jiggy, get jiggy. You feel me? Yeah. I was introduced to sex at a very young age. I'm not gonna lie. So like that shit don't really faze me like that. Mm-hmm. So, but when bro get the doom, and it's like, Shawty, right? Mm-hmm. When she realized what's happening, he's talking in Creole to me. Like, yo, I just came. Bro, when I say she got hot. She got hot.
What you mean? What she do?
Bro, so she get off of this nigga. I'm like push off of this nigga type shit. Like, get the fuck off me, nigga. You know what I mean? And he over here trying to hug on her and shit. And she got the straightest face, though. Yo. Take me home. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro. She's talking about take me home. Damn, you good? You don't want to smoke again? Quite.
Damn.
Put the key in the ignition. Let's go. Skirt on.
You know what's crazy?
That shit's crazy, though.
I got a story with that same bro. I got two. Well, one, yo, that nigga he dogged a separate John on my floor. One time, yo, while I'm going through a breakup, nigga's like, hey bro, I know you're going through something right now. I need a place to do this. Tell you, John. I'm like, all right, bro, y'all can do it in my floor for real if you want. So I get out and I take a walk, and I forgot who I was on the phone with. I might have been on the phone with the person I just broke up with, but I'm on the phone, walking down the road, you know, waiting for that text like, oh yeah, you done. And like, he did. And so he came back like, yeah, bro, I appreciate it. You know, it's crazy. I'm staying at my mom's crib, so they had to hop through the window. I had to hop out the window while they on the phone. I'm like, bro, be quiet, my mom here, bro. Like, I'm gonna lock the door. You know what I mean? But don't, you know, you get caught, that's on you, my guy. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, he did what he had to do, and then came back, separate time. Drove. So I had just got my first car. I had a red 2004 Corolla. I missed that car. I fucked that bitch up. But just got the car. Yo, like, so bro, talk about the same girl he did, in the back of the car with you. He's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to go see her, man. Like, I miss her, you know what I mean? Like, so she's at college. Like,
Buddy Boy was in love.
Yeah. Please. Anyways. Nah, he might have been for real.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. Buddy Boy was in love.
Oh, shit. Well,
I don't know what the fuck she had going on him. Buddy Boy was in love.
Man, look. I don't know. She might have had that gripper. You know what I mean?
I doubt it. You let me stop playing.
You stupid, bro. But nah, man, she so then they both trying to convince me. I'm like, all right, I think it was it had to have been like a 3-hour drive to her from us to her college. So get in the whip and I bop him up there. You know, it's windy. That I got a Toyota. Like, look up a 2004 Toyota Corolla. That joint it's not big. It's small, and it's windy. The wind pushing my car, pushing that joint. So for reference, right? You live in Maryland. You understand? Like, we live on the Eastern Shore. We had to go across the Bay Bridge, up like the side of Maryland, like up through past Baltimore, like almost like literally the school is like 5-10 minutes from Pennsylvania. It's not McDaniel.
Yes, it was.
Not McDaniel. The other one.
Oh, St.
Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's. That's the college it is. So.
Who the fuck went to McDaniels?
Some white girls.
Nah, bro.
Not nobody that we know.
Man, who the fuck went to McDaniels? It's not important.
Hey, yeah.
Nah, I gotta find out, bro. It's gonna bug me.
I think not Diana didn't go. Somebody that you know?
Bro, somebody went out to that. It's not important, bro.
Alright, yeah, but nah, so I took him out to Mount St. Mary's and meet her. So we go up there, whatever, you know what I mean? I bop him up, and so he go in the room to do whatever with Shorty. I gave my last condom, whore. And then I had to go in the room with her friend. I had to stay the night there. Now, granted, this nigga still in high school at the time. So I had to bop his black ass back to wrestling practice early in the morning, right? So, also keep in mind, right, this nigga lied to my face. This nigga told me he had a license. And I was like, if I need you to drive, can you drive? And he's like, yeah, I got my license, bro. Lies. I don't even know that got his license to this day.
He might.
Nigga lied to me, bro. So then we get, so I drove 3 hours up. I drove an hour and a half back. We right before the Bay Bridge. I'm like, bro, I'm tired. Can you drive the rest of the way? You know what I mean? Tired, bro. He's like, yeah. I said, all right, cool. So we switch spots. He's driving. I'm chilling. I end up going to sleep. I don't know how much time it was. Next, you know, boom! I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, my bad, bro, my bad. I'm like, what the? Pull over here, bro. Pull over here. Pull over. Yeah. I'm like, pull over here, bro. So I get out. I look at the door. Damn.
Shit all fucked up.
I'm like, damn, open that. Like my John, man, everybody remember, if you know remember my car, man, that joint used to creep. I'm like, oh, hell. I get in the car, he's like, man, I'm gonna pay for it, bro. I'm like, I ain't worried about it, bro. Let's just get to Fedelsburg. So I drop him off, man. For the rest of the time I had that car, that junk. I think I had that car for a year. I don't know how much more time. I think I had it for a year after that. Because I just got it, and then I messed it up the year after that. Yeah, I got it in 19. I messed it up in 2020.
Damn.
Yeah. Dang, I had that car for a minute.
Dang. I ain't gonna lie, what's crazy is, bro fucked up my car too.
Yo, we just airing this shit out, bro. Goddamn. Shit, go ahead. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it. Huh?
Oh, no, man, fuck all that. One question, though, right?
Yeah.
So you said, all right, bro, he fucked somebody on your floor, right?
Yeah.
Who was that? I just want to know.
Am I saying names?
Nah, you don't gotta say a name, bro. Just say a code name, bro.
It's one of our best friends.
Okay. Different shawty, bro. Different whole T. Bro, different shawties in my crib. Now, I ain't gonna lie, my crib was...
Do I know who it is?
Yeah, you do.
Who?
You know.
Who?
It's something y'all have in common.
I told her too?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, chill.
Bro hit me like, yo, somebody wanna, come over, da-da-da. He don't got nowhere to take her type shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way it was...
Hold on, I'm still weak. So I gotta go. I was like, what you talking about, nigga? What you talking about? I was like, nah, my bad. All right, go ahead.
So, he hit me. And so the way it was, both of my parents at that point in time, worked overnight, basically. My stepdad will be coming home at 1 or 2 in the morning. My mom's coming at 3, 4 in the morning. When they come home, as long as the house is clean, they're not checking for nothing. They're going to go upstairs, go to their room, go to sleep. I had bro in there, right? So he brought Shawty over, whatever. I had the TV playing, you know what I mean? And I'm laying on my bed. Now, he didn't say nothing about, dogging Shawty. He was just like, I want to spend some time with her, da-da-da. Can we spend the night at your house? I should have known. But I was like, yeah, bro, go ahead, slide through. I'm on the bed. I'm trying to go to sleep. I hear, yo, soldier. Yo, soldier. Bro, what the fuck you want, man? You talking about something? Bro, you got a condom? This nigga. I'm like, this nigga. Man, put your hand in the motherfucking drawer, man. Yeah. There's a couple in there. Go ahead and grab you one. Yeah. So here's the thing, bro. They get the fucking.
Right.
But the thing is, I'm sitting there, you know, when people's fucking, bro, it's noises being made and stuff. It was silent. I mean, silent, my guy. Like, I don't know if they were just both trying not to get caught, but from after, when he asked me for this condom, right, I hear him rip the condom open. Okay. Turn the TV up.
Yeah.
But you still can hear shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't hear shit, bro.
Nah, you know it's crazy. When I dogged that same shorty, she was quiet as a mouse too with me. I don't know what it was.
It could never happen.
I think it didn't come to find out. He ended up telling me because he ended up dating her, which is crazy.
Was that before or after you?
After I did what I did.
Wait. So you dog shorty, then he hopped in a relationship with her.
I don't think he knew I dogged her. It wasn't like, and when I dogged her, it wasn't even like nothing crazy. Like, funny enough, we was just best friends at the time, and we were just cool. Like we wasn't even on no tight time for real. Like we was just cool. Like we would like sneak out and just hang out. Like,
remember y'all used to take walks and shit.
Yeah, like we just take walks and talk and like. And I promise you, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I never had in my head, like, oh, we ready. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
that.
Yeah, like, and I don't know if she did or not, but I just.
She did.
Why you say that?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's just obvious, you know what I mean? You could tell that she was feeling you, bro. Had a whole little crush or whatever, you know. It's just, that's how I felt. You know, when I seen y'all interactions, I ain't gonna lie.
Dang. I never really look at her like that.
You did it.
I mean, I thought she was cute, but like but it didn't really never cross my mind. Like, I didn't think she was ugly or nothing, you know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, she was a little weird to me. Like, she was cool vibes though, like, she was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It was just, some people be sometimes weird funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. I never looked at it like that. And so then when it happened, it caught me off guard. Like, we like I feel like that night that we went out for a while, it was just super cold. I was like, we'll just come back to my crib, we'll just chill for real. And then we was there, and then I think she like texted me, she was like, oh, what you trying to do, this, that, and the fourth? Like, you want, yeah? And I was like, I mean, we here.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then we just, yeah.
Thinking back on it, bro, I see why people were saying I was a bad influence, bro.
Why?
I ain't gonna lie, at the crib, you know how many people dogged at my crib? I had to tell niggas,
Bro,
take the covers with you.
Are we talking about that one experience we had?
Goddamn.
We be keeping that one.
Maybe in another episode, you know what I mean?
I'm about to say, look, I feel like the only reason we was keeping that under wraps was for my sake.
Yeah. That was a crazy night.
Woo!
Crazy
So we're acknowledging that joint happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That nigga stupid, right? Hey, we'll talk about that, man. If we get a bunch of comments about it, we'll talk about it. We gotta get 100 comments about it. We'll talk about it.
All right, that's a bet.
Bet.
Crazy ass story. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, that was a night.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought Shorty head went through the window or through the fucking wall. No bad. No bad.
Crazy, you know what's crazy? I got a story similar to that. So, Y Block, right? Was dogging her one time when
I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro, chill. Shout out to Y Block, man. Shout out my man, Y Block. You feel me? But just to clarify, Y Block is my man's, but we call him the Shorty Y Block for a reason. You feel me? Y Block introduced me to the Shorty. You feel me? Type shit. You know what I mean? But so basically. Also, we were together. Me and the girl were together. So we were in a relationship. I don't want to be seen like I was just out here fucking hoes. Like, nah.
Yeah, he's not.
Also, and not hoes. Like, I wasn't just out here fucking girls. Like, I was with that girl. So, Y Block. I was with her. So, Y Block, me and her one day, I go over her house. You know, we got together. She lived right beside the school. So, I used to go to her house every day after school when I could, because I was supposed to be training for track, but I'm really going over to chill with her, you know what I mean? That was my excuse, you know. I got about 2 hours that it's supposed to be track training. To go chill with her, do whatever. Mm-hmm. So we chilling. So that one day and I forgot like what. I don't think it was the first time we ever, but like I put it in one day. She, boom! Hit on the head, boy. Ow! I was like, you. I was like, you okay? Yeah.
But this shit. How funny, bro.
I felt bad. I was like, dang, I'm sorry. My bad.
Bad to be in this.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna lie though, bro. And since we're just throwing crazy stories out there,
Yeah.
this story right here is how I got caught by my uncle getting head outside. Yeah, no bad.
Who?
I'm not gonna say her name. Not gonna say her name.
All right. Is it who I think it is?
I don't know who you think about, bro. It start with an L. That's what I'll say.
A what?
A L. We live.
Oh, yeah. You don't gotta go further. You don't gotta go further.
Bro. So crazy how it happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was right after, the actual toxic story I was talking about.
Yeah.
So me and her were just friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was whatever. And like she was genuinely a cool person to talk to. Like I had fucked with her vibe. And actually, I was trying to get with Shorty. Shorty told me no. You feel me? Shorty was like, I'm just trying to keep it. That's my karma. Shorty was like, I'm just trying to keep it, freaky fucks and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So now her dad, crazy jealous, bro. Like crazy. Like honestly, if he would have caught me in that bitch, he would have tried to put hands on me or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, crazy. Like, and y'all will understand why I say he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole nother story, but I'll tell it though. So when I was outside though, right?
Yeah.
This is when we first started linking, cause at first we were just friends. We were just talking, like as friends, and then rumors started going around the school. They're like, et cetera, so and so together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I swear on everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's the rumor that opened up the door for me to do this.
Right.
So now my ex and Shorty sat next to each other on the bus. So I'm sitting in the back of the bus. And my sister, you feel me? She like, you see what you did? You see what you did? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And then I put my head up. I'm still like, I was looking sleep though, you know what I mean? So I'm still trying to wake up. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking?
Niggas used to be slumping at the beginning on the
What?
bus, bro. Man, you put the head on that.
Gone.
Anyways, my bad. You go ahead.
So then I hear both of them arguing, you feel me? Oh, you talking shit about me? You this and that? I'm like, damn. I hope these shorties don't get fighting. Like, no back.
Yeah.
Because they get to arguing because rumor was going around that so-and-so was talking about so-and-so because they was fucking with so-and-so.
Yeah.
But me and Shorty never did nothing.
Right.
It was after that day that they got arguing on the bus. And it was crazy because it was silent on the bus and then all you hear
You just hear that.
he was talking shit.
I remember that I was there. I was like, oh hell, goddamn. But I was sitting right behind him. I'm like,
Bro, what if they got the mix, bro? That would have been crazy.
I would have had to break it up, bro. Can't allow that to happen, bro. I had to break it up. Right, bro.
Yeah, okay. So then Shorty hit me. And she was like, since everybody think we fucking, we might as well fuck. I said, shit, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, baby.
But then that's when she started telling me about her peoples and stuff like that. And it was a grace period from when her brother came home. You know what I mean? So I had to execute my time properly. But when we first started linking and shit, like she was scared to let me in the house. So we would link late.
Yeah.
So it started out just talking, we just cool and, give me a little hug, keep it pushing. Yeah. Then out of nowhere, I don't know, bro. I think I was teasing her. She just jumped on me type shit. But we was outside. Literally, you know what's crazy? From her house, I could see her yard.
My yard?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Nigga said, oh, what's that, Rob? What's going on?
No, no bullshit, bro. And it's crazy because I'm like, okay, we're out there cooling. She just started going crazy, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, okay, boom, boom, boom. She's going crazy. Cool, we started doing this, a couple nights and stuff. Right. So then, one night, we started doing that shit. She was giving me head outside and giving me a hand job. And I was like, yeah, this cool. You feel me? Catching head under the moon.
What time of the year was this?
It wasn't too blurry outside.
Okay, I was about to say, man,
yeah, it wasn't
catch
too
your
blurry.
head. Man, I don't know. That wouldn't have been no Thor's hammer. That would have been a little little play school hammer right there.
I do not need to worry about that. So, when we were doing, she invited me inside. She don't mind if I do. We get in there, bro. She's downstairs, like, you know what I mean? She's going, at this point, now she's really going dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. She's making too much noise. So the way the houses were set up, you know them houses where the light switch is also connected to upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, so catching the neck, and the light switch, like, flicks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm in the kitchen. The kitchen is next to the back door.
Yeah.
I heard like 2 steps, and then it was silent. And then you hear a loud splat, like someone jumped from like the second step, all the way down.
Right.
When I heard that splat, it all connected in my head.
Yeah.
We about to get caught.
Right.
Now, I left her back door cracked because I'm paranoid. You
Right.
know what I mean, you ain't gonna backdoor me.
Yeah.
So, yo, when I say I got to running, my nigga, like I didn't even pull my pants up all the way. Like, bro, my dick was flying everywhere, bro. Yo, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you know how it was along the fence?
Yeah.
And you know how there was a tree?
Yeah.
Bro, my uncle was right at the tree, bro. He was smoking type
Yeah.
shit. He was just cooling and smoking. Bro, I get to running, and I'm running right. My dick is out, bro. But I don't even take the chance to like stop because the way it was, the way the houses was like I had to go straight this way.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking if this nigga come out and see me running,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, it's rap. So I just running, big swinging, and it's like me and my uncle made eye contact though. Creepiest shit ever. I'm running. Something told me to look. I look over and it's like I can see him laughing at me. You know what I mean? And I'm under the spotlight at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like you can see everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, good.
And so was it her dad?
Yeah, it was her dad, bro.
Did she get caught?
Nah, bro. So this is how it happened, right?
Yeah.
So I got in the crib, instantly texted like what happened. I didn't even let myself catch my breath. You feel me? Like she was like, yeah, my dad came downstairs. He was like, he heard some noise, stuff like that. He caught her looking outside the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she was like, I just had to spit, so I opened the door. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, her dad was on that, bro. When I say he jumped from the top step, type
That's
shit, like
crazy.
I heard doop doop, boom.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I got 2 stories for you. So one, I'm in 10th grade, right? Was talking to the shorty or whatever. At this time, it's basketball season, so I'm on the basketball team. And so I skipped practice to go hang. We were texting back and forth a little bit. She was cool, whatever. We would text back and forth, whatever. So then I ended up going over her house instead of going to basketball practice because whatever. And so we chilling, whatever. We started kissing and all this stuff. She's like, I ain't never been wet before from kissing. I said, shit. She's like, yeah. I said, I forgot why I had to leave, but I was like, I'll leave, but I'll come back tonight. She was like, okay. So then waited till her peoples went to sleep. Come back, walk through the back door. All she had on is a big shirt. Soon as I get through the door, I start walking in. Next thing you know, I dipped out of that motherfucker, bro. Motherfucker come downstairs, I dipped. She's like, oh yeah, that's my dad. And she was kind of the same thing. She was like, yeah, I just had to tell him I was getting something to drink or whatever. I was like, yeah, nah, I ain't fucking with you no more. That's it.
Dude, my dumb ass went back. My dumb ass went back.
First of all, surely wasn't even that cute for me to be banging with her in the first place. Let's start there. I just trying to get my rocks off.
Shit.
Also, we do not condone these actions at this current time.
Oh no, you know, we was young and dumb.
Yeah, we just telling stories about things we used to go through, and it's funny to look at now, but like, nah, I ain't on that type of time.
You know, it's actually really crazy, bro.
What?
Same shawty that I was, you know, clapping them cheeks.
Yeah.
Bro, so one time I had a friend, right?
Yeah.
Her name is Wani. Shout out to Wani.
Shout out to Wani. She cool for her.
Hell yeah, bro. I still talk to her to this day. You feel me? So, so this is how it happened. When she came, you feel me? She came from another country, whatever. Boom. My mom and her mom were best friends. So my mom was like, you know, talk to her. I was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? We get to talking. We get close now. Now, at first, I used to get on her nerves. She used to hate me, I ain't gonna lie. But, like, as time went on, we started actually banging with each other.
Right.
So, I'm telling her the stories, you know what I mean? And she like, I don't believe you. Pull out my phone. I got the receipts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she's geeking, we geeking. A couple days later, though, we're outside. We all talking, you know what I mean? Shawty that I dog come walking up. It was me, Wani, another shawty, and then the girl. She walked up. And we all kind of talking, you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie. Back then, after I fucked, and we stopped fucking with each other, I ain't talked to bitches. I ain't gonna lie. Like, there was no point for me to speak to them. Usually because that bridge was burned. So, trying to get to talking, right? We all in there talking. She said, yeah, and I'm still a virgin. Bro, when I say, bro, I was geeked, but I didn't want to, like, you know what I mean? But the thing what really had me geeked was her reaction to it.
Yeah.
Bitch, you lying. Bro, I turned around so quick and I get this stepping, because if not, bro, I would have died laughing. But it's the fact that she had the audacity to sit there and look at me in my eyes, bro, and be like, yeah, I'm a virgin.
Yeah, we got a story about that too. Another story about that too. But like one day when I was doing you walked up the stairs with Guatemala. Yeah. I don't know if you want me to eat. I don't know if you want
go ahead,
I don't even remember how it went, but I just know kind of set it up, right? So living with my ex at the time, right? The one that was toxic or whatever. You know, we had a toxic relationship. I don't want to make it like she was completely toxic. But so I'm living with her at the time, and like, so to set the story about, I lived with her. We had, so it was a two-story house, you would say. So like, our room was upstairs, right? And then everybody else there was 2 rooms downstairs, and then there was a basement, whatever. So our room was upstairs. So, you know, you had to come up the stairs, and like Soldier, you know, he used to come over all the time. Like, that's my man's, like, and we live in a part of town where it's like the doors never locked. So Soldier could literally just walk in, come upstairs, like that's how it was, right? So Soldier told me, he's like, he walked in, started coming up the stairs. Oh, no, you got it, bro.
Bro, you good, bro. I'm gonna tell my perspective afterwards, bro.
I mean, that's what I remember. Like, he started walking down the stairs. I forgot. He said he heard some noises. Walked straight back down.
I ain't gonna lie. Yo, so I forgot why I even pulled up to the crib.
Yeah.
But I'm in there. I think I texted you. You didn't respond. I'm like, fuck it. You know the door's open.
Yeah.
Walk inside. Don't hear nothing at first.
Yeah.
Don't think nothing. I don't see y'all. And the way it was, like, you could look down. I didn't see y'all in the little lower area type shit. I wasn't at the table. Y'all wasn't at the couch. Y'all must be in the room.
Right.
I open that door. I get the doom, doom. And I stopped on the step, and I'm like, Brody going dumb. I turn around, and I'm trying to creep. And it's the way it's just from the time I went to back down, bro. Like, I was just taking steps, just quietly. I heard that shit. I said, damn. I went out there and sat on the couch. I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Yeah, you stupid, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I stayed or if I left for real.
No, you did, because I ended up coming down.
Yeah.
I forgot we were doing that.
He was like, Soldier? Yeah, bro. Hard up there, huh?
I said, Chill, you heard me? Yeah, bro. Started coming up the stairs. Turned right back around.
That's my good.
Yeah. Nah, I got a story for you, for your ass. We in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Am I allowed to proceed?
Wait, go ahead, bro. This was before my relationship.
Hey, look, we in Pittsburgh, right? We're supposed to be hanging out with our best friend, you feel me? And, you know, so every time we went up there at the time, you know, we were just doing what we was doing for real. So anytime we go up there, we'll be looking for some people to, you know, we're like, hey, look, we coming out here, we trying to have a good time, you know? We're only here for a little bit. This was back like 4, 5 years ago, for real. Mm-hmm. And so we there. So, you know, my best friend, she set up Soldier with whatever. I don't even think they wasn't even trying to. It just happened. You know what I mean?
Say, yeah, I don't even think Shorty
like it was like it just happened. Like next thing you know, like I think y'all did. Like I think I woke up one day. You told me, you was like, yeah, bro. Like me and Shorty, you know, we did whatever. I was like, damn, for real? It's like, yeah, man, went crazy for real on my blow up bed. On my blow up bed.
I thought that bitch was gonna pop.
Nah, bro, you know what's crazy? So then the next night, right? You know, my best friend, she was mad about whatever, you know what I mean? So we all sitting in the living room. Next thing you know, and I'm like, dang, is that the washing machine? And then our friend at the time, he's like, nah, they back there fucking. I said, damn, that nigga. That nigga sound like a washing machine. Like that. dude. I said, dang. You can go ahead, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. How that shit happened was crazy. That's how it happened, bro.
Okay.
First and foremost, I just want to say, you know, I know my shawty gonna be listening to this, so when you do listen to this, baby, do not try to kill me. You know what I mean? This was before you. You're still the best. You know
I apologize for bringing it up.
But
Continue.
so, all right, bro. I'm on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cooling for real.
Mm-hmm.
I think she said something slick to me or some shit like that, you know, whatever. So now you going back and forth, whatever, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
She put her hands on me.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was, like, she put her hands on me and she got up, like, all right, so, you know, shawty, you know, slappy or whatever. Who the fuck, you know what I mean? As I'm sitting up, she get up and she probably takes, like, so you know how shawty house was. So it was the couch and then the door, and then if you turn right,
you go back to the other room,
bro. So she got up, right, and she waited at the end of the couch, to see what I was gonna do. I got up, right, she goes towards the back room,
right.
Then she stops, kind of like in the kitchen. I start to creep up. It's like she's leading me to the back room. You know what I mean? Yeah. Boom. I get to the door. She's trying to close the door on me. You know what I mean? I muscle the door open. Yeah, what's all that shit you was talking? Right. Yeah, bro, it did not take long for us to get started. You know what I mean? So, da-da-da, what's all that, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't remember each and every detail after that. But what I do know is, and then it's like...
That's not even a... man, that wasn't no claps, nigga.
Bro,
them was fucking stomps, nigga.
Listen, so I'm dogging her, and it's like we heard the noise, right?
Right.
We stopped. I'm like, damn, you feel me? Like that shit loud as fuck. She's like, and you feel me? You don't care, I don't care.
Shit.
If you don't care, I don't care.
You feel me? So, nah, you know it's crazy. I don't know how many more of these stories we're gonna fucking tell.
I don't know, bro.
But
no, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Sorry.
It's alright, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
You gotta get in trouble sometimes.
I'm sorry, bro. But so same scenario, right? We had that. We in Pittsburgh. This is before you, right? We had Pittsburgh, right? So I think this was our first time actually taking that trip. So I think it's our first time taking that trip up to Pittsburgh. Okay. Because it was for her birthday. So, because remember it was all four of us. We all bopped up. And so
that shit was annoying as fuck.
That was a long ass drive, bro.
I was scared for my life, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro.
But so what happened was, so the week prior we were setting up for us to do something, right? So at the time she had this friend or whatever. Shout out her friend.
You're crazy.
You feel me? Yeah, I'm no beef. But so she's like, oh yeah, talk about me, like, oh yeah, he cute for real. Okay, cool. So we setting up, we talking that stuff. You know, going back and forth. Well, yeah, we get up here, you know what it is. All right, so we get up there, you know, we go to Denny's out to eat or whatever. And at the time, funny enough, she's flirting with our mans at the time. So we thinking like, oh, she ready to be with him or whatever.
I remember that, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You was so...
And I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so then, but it's crazy. So we get in the car, and she like leaning on me at this point. Like we sit next to each other. She leaning on me and stuff, and like, I don't think she was sitting in my lap, or maybe she was. I don't remember. But like, that's when it kind of started in the car, for real.
You know what? I think she might have been because we were deep.
Yeah, we was deep in that joint. So yeah, so she might have been sitting in my lap or whatever. And so then we get to the crib, but we playing Uno. Was it drunk Uno? We were playing something. We were drinking. I'm not a heavy drinker. I took about a shot. She took a couple shots or whatever. And so we were in the room, and she go to the bathroom. And then I forgot, like you or somebody might be like, yo, this your time, Robby?
Bro, it was me and Bree. Hey, bro, what is you doing, bro?
Yeah, first of all, you just said shorty name. But anyway, like who we was in Pittsburgh with. But I guess it don't matter. Hey, so we was at Bree crib. And so... yeah, they was like, yeah, Robby, go ahead. So I was like, sure. I went out there. I was waiting for her to get out of the bathroom. She was like, you scared me. I was like, yeah, you know, everybody in the room, we can go ahead. She was like, what am I going to do with that? So then I took her to the couch. She was like, wait. So at the time, it wasn't just Bree's crib. She was in with her aunt. Shout out to Faye. Yes, sir. Shout out.
Oh, yeah, big shout out.
So she had to let us stay. So she's like, yeah, what if they, because the couch right beside their room, she's like, what if they come out? I said, let's go to the bathroom. So we go to the bathroom. I put her up on the sink, start eating her out or whatever. I need to stop doing that. I don't eat everybody out, but like at that time, I was just doing shit, bro.
You was wild, my guy.
Bro, I think that's the second story I told me.
Like you're wild, my guy.
Bro, I put her up on the sink, eating her out or whatever, and then came down, bent her over on the toilet, started going crazy. Mom. Started going crazy, mom. And then I nut. And then she's like, whatever. And I'm like, okay, you trying to go and get? She's like, no, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, cool. So I turn around and go, what? She's like, wait. I'm like, what? She's like, my legs. I said, oh, shit, you want me to carry you back? She's like, yeah. So I carried it back to the room. And then we booed up for the rest of the trip for real. And then that was it.
I ain't gonna lie, I was geeking when you carried it back in the room. I ain't want to, like, you feel me? I ain't want to be hot with it. But, yo, when I say I was geek because I knew exactly what happened, bro, I was like, damn.
Yeah, that John was wild. Soldier said he knew what it was.
No, I already knew, bro. First of all, nigga, I sent you out there. What are you talking about? If you didn't come back like that, bro, I would have to steal you.
Chill.
Come on, bro. We got to complete them missions.
Yeah, nah, for real, that John's crazy.
Man, I sound bad.
No, you do sound bad. It's cool though. Like we said, bro. This is not where we at right now. Like this is us. I was 19. Was you 20?
I might have been.
Yeah, you probably was 20. I was 19 at the time.
See, the thing
Wait.
is...
Was I? I might have been 18.
You know what? That might have been like... Because I know we was out there on the road, like... Yeah, when we graduated, bro...
Yo.
Nah, was it?
Was I 19?
I don't think so.
Was that right before COVID? Was that right before Salisbury? No, I might have been 19. I might have been 19.
I don't remember.
It might have been right before COVID because I had the same hairstyle in those pictures as I did on my birthday because we all chilled on my birthday. Us four, we did. Mm-hmm. So it might have been wild. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We did some crazy ass shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We're gonna have to clip this and take some of these stories and just make it like a secret.
Nah, for real. I ain't gonna lie. This turned from toxic relationships to just story time, bro. This is story time with Two Vest and Soldier.
Bro. Bro, we done did some wild ass shit, bro.
For real. I mean, shoot. I want to talk about, since we talk about the wild stories, I want to talk about real quick, you know, some of the more romantic things that we've done for people. You know what I mean? We talk about dogging all these people. I want to talk about stuff that, you know what I mean, show
you
people.
Want me to expose the simp side?
Bro, dude, I'll go first.
Okay. I'll
go first. So, the first thing I could think of is, so, when I was, now the situation is fucked. I ain't gonna tell you the situation, I'm just tell you what I did. So what I did was, I went and, no, fuck that. When we graduated high school, remember we went out and bought them flowers because the people we was talking to at the time were still in high school. So we bought them flowers, we bought them chocolate.
Shorty, bro.
Yeah. First of all, fuck that bitch. Let's start there. But she the one that told Shredder to lie. Anyways, both times.
Hold on, now I might be. You talking about
She couldn't speak no English.
Yeah. Where was she from?
What the fuck was you thinking about?
No. I was thinking about that, but then when you said the whole told her to lie, my mind switched over to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Who? You think about Haitian Shorty?
Yeah.
No, that's not told her to lie.
Yeah.
That sounds like her too, but that's not told her to lie. Nah, but so we took flowers up to the school. We took candy up to the school.
Venezuela?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we did snap with that, bro. What the fuck?
We did.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, finish.
That was one thing, but like, yeah, we took up to school. Oh my God, this is so sweet. Oh my gosh, guys. This, that, and the fourth. That was one. Second thing I did, I picked flowers like out from like somewhere, and I placed them on the bed or whatever, like real flowers. Mm-hmm. Like, and I wrote a letter. You know, like I wrote like 3 letters just about how I feel, like handwritten. You know, just left them on the bed inside the heart on the jump, and then you know, she called me. She's like, "Hey, can you come over?" I come over. That was so sweet. Oh my God. Whatever. I think I ended up giving her that Thor's hammer that night too.
I mean, it makes sense, bro. Like, you know, niggas act like understanding the female is so hard. And don't get me wrong, they're confusing as fuck.
But like,
it's not that hard.
You know how many times we've been told like, wow, like, or do you know how many times I've been told like, wow, like, I've never been treated like this. Like, nobody's ever done this for me before. And, like, that blows my mind. It really shows me, like, yo, like...
Niggas ain't shit.
Niggas really ain't shit. It's not that hard. Now, it's work for a relationship to make it last because, like... But those little small, simple things, like... I think one time, like, I wasn't even talking to the shorty. Like, I just brought her over to, like, you know... I just brought her over, you know... I brought her over, give her that, yeah, you feel me? But... Afterwards, I was like, oh, I'm ready to go get something to eat. You hungry? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I bought her some food, whatever. She's like, I ain't never had no nigga do that for me before. And now I'm starting to think, like, is that really a huge gesture for me to get you some food? Like, I just blew your back out. Like, I think that's the least I could do is feed you.
Well, here's my thing on that.
All right.
Was that your shorty?
No.
Fuck her. Fuck her. And the reason
I
say
mean,
that, right?
I just thought I don't know, like, we cool and, like, I just thought that's what you do. Like, you just treat people as food. Like, I brought you over my crib. I'm ready to get some food. What I look like going to get food, I don't get you no food.
I mean, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Some of these shawties, bro, do not deserve nothing.
I mean, maybe she didn't, but I just didn't look at it like that.
No, I feel you. I'm just saying, you know.
If I got you out this hour, like, I owe you food.
No, I don't owe you shit.
I mean, that's the way I go. Hey, listen, you said what?
I already gave the payment, bro. Like, you feel me? A lot of girls be like, yeah, I gave up this, yeah, bitch, I gave you that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's tit for tat right there. You feel me?
You feel me? I mean, that is. I feel like that is a transaction. You know what I mean? That is a transaction right there. I think more so it was just the fact that I was already going to get some food, and I have nothing. She was staying the night with me, and that's a little different. Yeah, she was staying the night with me. I was like, I'm going out. I might as well get you something. I don't even know if we had done it yet, but like we might have been getting ready to. But I was just hungry, so I was like, I'm going something. You want something? But she just. The fact is that she told me like nobody ever did that for her before. It meant a lot to her. You know what I mean?
Actually.
You said what?
That's crazy.
For real, or even like just certain simple compliments, or just like treating somebody right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been a lot of people's first good guy, and that's like crazy to me. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best. I'm not out here trying to make it like I'm the greatest gift to God's earth, or all that in a bag of chips, or the best thing since sliced bread. No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying I feel like it's not nothing to treat somebody right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. I used to think about way back when, and be like, you know, how like I treat a woman, right? And it's like in my head, it's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? Like the things I do, it's like, and honestly, we be on the same time when it comes to that type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but like, so Shardy told me like for a while, bro. Like she was just waiting for something to go like. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she swore like I was a villain, bro. Like I was really just on some crazy grimy shit. She like, because I've never had no one do this or be like this. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. She's not the only person to tell me that. She's the only person not to do me dirty, though. You know what I mean? The other people was like, nah, like self-sabotage and things of that nature. Ooh, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. But, yeah, like I've had girls be like, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie, you're too good to be true. You're too good to be true.
I've heard that a lot.
I've never seen nothing like you playing games. I can't prove it, but you're playing games.
Yeah, like what's your ulterior motive of doing this? Like you trying to get something out of this? Like, you know, I heard something like that too. Like it was one situation where I had to wait 7-8 months to get in a relationship with somebody, and like that's because like she was just the same thing. She was just waiting for me to fuck up, and she was like, you know what I mean, and I'm like, and I got frustrated with her. I was like, yo, like, what if I shown you that's going to show you that I'm going to fuck up? Nothing. Like, yo, if this the 2-3, bro, it's been 8 months. Yeah, like it's been 8 months. Like this is not.
You got that. You got that. I
wanted her bad though. Like I wanted her bad. You know what I mean? And like, and I also had this thing where I wanted to prove. You stupid as shit, bro. Stupid as fuck. I'm not fucking with you. Yo. And then I don't know. I also had this thing that I wanted to prove to her, like, yo, like all niggas ain't like this, bro. Like, and I'm living proof of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, not perfect, far from it, but like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not just here. I think the thing with her, she thought I was just trying to fuck. Like, nah, I'm not. That's not why I came here. Like, I really like you. Like, I like spending time with you. Like, I like being around you. You know, so I'm not here to just be trying to fuck people. You know, that's old Robby. Yeah, I used to do that. Like, you know, we used to take them trips to Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Used to be, you feel me? You know, washer style. You know what I mean? You know, just try to do. You know, but at this point, you know, maybe 25. Like, and like, I'm not saying like that's super old. I just
you matured. You know what I
mean? You know, like I just
I'm
not trying to do that. Like, I really just like. I genuinely like being around you. Like, I just, like hearing your voice is so angelic. You know what I mean? And it just really
Love me to write that down. Fuck.
For real, like you just hearing you talk, it just like I just feel at peace. You know what I mean? And being around you, like I just never wanted to end. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff that I'm looking for. Or when I'm around people, like that's what's going through my mind. That's not like, oh damn, she bad. Like I'm just trying to fuck. Like maybe once upon a time, but now it's like but that doesn't feed me. You know what I mean? That doesn't ease my mind. That's not what I want personally. Now if that is what you want, hey, look, you a young stallion. You go ahead, buck now. Go ahead and do what you do. But
nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. There was a situation same situation where I lied to Shorty. You feel me? When I started like talking to Shorty, it wasn't on that tip, you know, like oh, it wasn't like like she bad, I wanna fuck. Like it was more like all right, it's cool, you know what I mean? Cool vibes, like I'm geeking, you geeking, cool. But it soon changed, you know what I mean? Like back to story time. It soon changed to a point where it was like, I don't even know, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. She was good, bro. Like she got me good. And the reason I say that is because when it happened so sudden, and I couldn't like, bro. And if it wasn't for the other, like, if it wasn't the fact that she just ran her mouth a lot, she probably would have like ran game on me for real, You know what I mean? Like, do I really want to expose who told me this? Nah, but you know, shout out to you know who you is. Shout out to you. But it was at a point in time, bro. Like, it was a couple niggas in there, right? So at this point, it's like, it seemed like everybody in there is trying to holler at her, right? But she's not really giving no attention that much. There's a couple niggas in there that she would whatever, but whatever. Yeah, maybe more like one nigga. But, you know, it was mainly me. Like, I would get in trouble, or like, you know, the supervisor would come talk to me like, hey, bro, come on, bro, you gotta do some work. You know what I mean? Like, type shit. Do I gotta separate y'all type shit. Right, so it started out cool. We talking, vibing. It's a cool vibe. Then this was really crazy, right? You know them fat ass teddy bears, bro? Like them big ass teddy bears, bro?
You didn't do it.
I did.
This nigga soldier.
I bought her big ass teddy bears, flowers, chocolate, you know, simple shit. And throughout this time, I should have known, because it was a lot of like pull and push, or push and pull, you know what I mean? Like if I gave her too much attention, she would start to fall back. But once I'm like, okay, fuck you then, she come back, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Stupid ass. But, you know, there's that going on. And actually, you know, be my Valentine's and shit like that. You know, but I had already bought the shit, you know what I mean? Like, I had this, but I didn't want to go into the store with all this shit. So, like, I had it. I'm like, you know, we're planning a date or whatever, and I'll surprise you with it. She like, oh, you a little too late. You know what I mean? I just said yes to my girlfriend. Now, here's the thing. She tried to put me on that friend. Bitch was chopped. When I say,
I remember.
Nigga, what?
I remember.
And here's what's crazy, bro. I looked at Shawty who tried to put me on and said, yo, don't you ever disrespect me like that again.
Yeah.
First of all, trying to put me on somebody who ugly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She like, my friend not, you know how females be. My friend not ugly.
Please. I just had a conversation like that earlier. Like, yo, like, I'm not, hey man, look, I'm not here trying to like put nobody down or anything, but like, bro, everybody that's your friend is not cute. Like, let's just leave it at that. Right. I'm not saying that they super ugly, but like, bro. Anyways, we gonna get canceled.
Hey, for what? Telling the truth? Not everybody is pretty, bro. Let's be for real.
Right.
At some point in time, I was a chop one. It's all right.
Right, man. Niggas killed in high school, bro. God damn.
Still getting that gushy.
Hey, like, I don't give a damn.
Hey, I was chopped, but you feel me? It was
hey, look. Hey, whatever floats your boat, my guy.
But, all right, so I asked her for it to be my Valentine's, right? She's like, my best friend, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, cool. So what y'all doing? You know what I mean? She's like, we probably just going to pull up to each other's house, watch a movie. Cool. I'm like, I'm not really even sweating it. I'm like low-key salt that I wasted my money on this shit. Yeah. But, you know, it's whatever. I'm not tripping. That bear is somewhere around here, bro. Like, it's a fat-ass bear, bro.
Good. I'm glad you got it back.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I didn't give it to her. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So, boom, boom, boom. Now, this is a little bit before Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? So, a day that I wasn't scheduled. You know what I mean? I had a couple friends in there. The next day I come in, she's not there. So they come like tell me like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you need to stop fucking with Shawty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, like why? You know what I mean? They're like, yo, I think she fucking with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about, she in here talking about she can't wait to test out her Brazilian wax. The fuck that mean? The fuck that mean? Tell me, bitch. The fuck does that mean? Mm-hmm. So, boom. I said, damn, are you for real? And she like, yeah, and she was talking da-da-da, and she was bragging about how she got some jailbird. Like, damn, she got some nigga in jail too? You for real? They like, yeah. I said, bet that. I told the person who told me, I'm like, yeah, I just bought this, and this. She talking about, you know, it's her and her friend. I said, nah, man, fuck that bitch. You know, she pushed me to that point. I'm like, man, fuck that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? At this point now, I just want to fuck. I want to fuck because of all the time I wasted.
Mm-hmm.
I got to complete something. You know what I mean? Got to see it through, my boy. Now, did I fuck?
See it through?
No, I did not.
Sorry.
I mean, honestly, it was my choice, bro. It got to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't even need to be fooling with this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, she don't know that I know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm playing the fool. Boom, boom, boom. She like, Valentine's Day come through, you know what I mean? And at this point, I've started to fade away from Shorty, you know what I mean? See her, but I'm not really talking to her. I'm AirPods in. I'm in my own world.
Yeah.
She see this and she start getting upset. Why aren't you talking to me? I'm cool, Shorty. You know what I mean? You know that nonchalant nigga shit. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Heartbroken soldier.
You know, hey, y'all. You know, ain't nothing wrong. You know, I'm cool. You sure? Yeah. Go on about your business. All right, boom. Another day passed by. I don't talk to her. I don't text her. And it took me a lot of work to get the Shawty number. I ain't gonna lie. First, she gave me the snap. She like, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
gotta work your way up. Now, did I get her number? Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was like, the challenge was like, what you mean I gotta work my way up?
The
You know who I am? Anyway. So, I got her number later on. And boom, boom, boom. She was like, fuck. She was like, eventually, she like attacked me. Like, I was at work, like she jacked my ass up, you know what I mean? She like, so what the fuck? You feel me? If I go talk to another nigga, are you gonna be mad? No. You're not my bitch. You can do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hit her with the script. You do what you want. She's getting more and more mad. She's texting me and shit, this, that, and forth. I'm not responding. You know, I'm blowing Shorty off. I'm texting back 12 hours later type shit.
Mm.
So one day, she asked me out on a date. She's like, crazy how that works, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I just want to explain. Like, if I ask you out on a date, are you going to go so we can talk? I'm like, all right, bet. We can talk. At this point in time, I already know in my mind, bro. I'm just trying to fuck. Let's entertain this.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Get to whatever. We set the date. Go out. I think we went and got some Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was mid. It is not no Great Wall. But,
Hey, shout out Great Wall and Bird. You
Oh,
feel me?
God.
Best Chinese food on the planet.
oh Lord. But we in the car, right? This is when she finds out, though, that I know.
Mm.
So we in the car. We ate the food. But I wasn't really interacting, you know, just nonchalant shit. Like, I'm not interested in her no more. We get to the car. She like, okay, so what's up with you? Like, you know what I mean? She's like, please, just say that shit. Like, I'm not, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just not going to trip over somebody that, you feel me? I said some shit like, I'm not going to trip over somebody, like, who I would have to share or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Like, you so for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're unserious. She's like, what are you talking about? And I said, so, what did you do for Valentine's Day again? Now, mind you, I had already asked her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She was like, I told you I was just with my friend. We watched some movies. We got some da-da-da. I said, oh, okay. Now, I ain't gonna lie, her ex was smooth on this shit. Valen, like, he had asked her, and he was like, and this is also the reason why I kind of cut her off. I don't fuck with the going back to the ex. Like, if it was a different person, maybe we could, whatever, fuck, keep it. But it's like, you went back to your ex. I'm not going to go down this road with you where you keep going back to this person. I'm not stupid.
Right.
So, get to talking, yeah, you know, I was just with my friend. You sure you didn't get fucked by your ex? And the way her jaw dropped, my nigga, her jaw dropped like she was ready to suck on something. Bro, so, then I look at her. Yeah. You sure that Brazilian wax and you feel good? You know, how's that? Her mouth is just, she's just looking at me like, how the fuck does this nigga know this shit?
Yeah.
Like, you must think I'm stupid, bitch. Like, for real, bro. You must think I'm dumb. Like, da-da-da. I'm like, matter of fact, fuck that. What about your little boo thing in jail? How the fuck? How do you know that? Why the fuck would you even ask me that? You just gave, like, you just fully told on yourself.
Yeah.
If at least try to deny that shit.
Nah, fuck
you feel
that.
me?
You caught, man. You let that shit out.
Charlie, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Guilty until proven, innocent until proven guilty. That's how I believe. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Now, I don't do a lot of lying, but if I have to, bro, you're gonna have to really pull out the card facts.
I'm weak.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Give me the card facts.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I would've. But, so we get the boom, boom, so in the cars, basically, you know, tell her, get out the whip, you know what I mean? Like, just whatever. She's like, can I get a hug at least? All right, give her the little one-arm hug. I get the stepping, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, because I was, at that point when I gave her the hug, I didn't decide that I didn't want to fuck with her until after I left. You know, because we sat there in the car, we was talking and stuff, and she was explaining, before I told her to get out and shit, she was explaining all that shit. She was like, you know, he just hit me with a smooth line. He was like, I don't want you to be alone and suffering on Valentine's Day. You know, we just broke up, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, that was smooth. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The way he slid on that, I can't be mad at him. Slid in that bitch smooth. But my thing was, we had a conversation. She was like, yeah. And, okay, so she was, I believe, like Muslim or some shit like that. And she was like, you know, she don't want to be adding the body counts up. That's why she keep going back to her ex. You know, because she's only had one body. Or she says. So, da-da-da. I gotta wait till marriage, you know what I mean? This, that, and the fourth. Look at her. That's okay. You know, I'm a cool guy. You know, at this point, I'm like, yeah, I can wait. She's like, you for real? Yeah, you know what I mean? I really fuck with you. I bang with you. This, that, and the fourth. You know, and I'm setting it up. You know, like, I'm not tripping about fucking her. But after I left, though, and then, you know, I talked to my best friend, shout out K9. Oh, man, it's not even worth it, bro. Just ghost the shawty, bro. Act like I ain't know it, bro.
Yeah.
Then, but the thing is, though, bitches will not want you, right? Or act like they don't, or choose somebody else, right? But if another bitch flirting with me, bro.
That's the problem.
Bro, I'm talking about her face is red.
It's an issue.
Red, nigga. Like, she ready to explode. Like someone boo, tomato, all over her face.
I got a story about that. We got to say that for next time.
Tomato, boo.
Yeah, but you got anything else you want to share, my guy?
I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna have to cut this and drop like this in a motherfucking 2 parts, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you, you ain't lying. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Two Sides of the Heart podcast. I'm Robby Too Fast. It's my co-host DNS Soldier. You can follow me at Robby Too Fast on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I might get a Twitter, you know what I mean, X, whatever. You can follow my co-host at DNS Soldier on Instagram and DNS Soldier 7 on TikTok. Follow the page, follow the podcast to keep up with us with clips daily and everything on at Two Sides of the Heart on Instagram and TikTok and X. You know what I mean? Might even come to Threads. Anyways, thank you for tuning in.
And fuck that bitch.